Headline News.
So Kevin Durant was impressive again yesterday with 35 points in the Game 1 win over the Rockets.
Yeah.
Steph and Clay were pretty quiet, but Durant took over and carried the team to a 104-100 win.
Yeah.
And after the game, we were just talking about Michael. Steve Kerr said his scoring is comparable only to the GOAT.
Have you ever seen anybody have a great 4-game stretch like Kevin is having?
There's this guy named Michael something. Can't remember his last name. I mean, he's the most skilled basketball player on earth. He's one of the most skilled basketball players to ever play the game. There's never been anybody like him. 6'11", handles ball, shoots threes, passes, defends. He's just an unbelievable talent.
Yes. I tell you my story about Mark Few, USA basketball, Gonzaga coach. And, Popovich hired him, and he went and watched Durant for a week. When I asked him about Durant, he just laughed. He couldn't explain him. He's just like, you almost don't have to coach him. He's like, there's no such thing as a tough two for Kevin Durant. He's the only basketball player in the world that there really is. Because everybody's trying to make you run off the three-point line and shoot a tough two. There are no tough twos. He's a 7'1" guy that shoots.
It's almost like Kareem Skyhook at this point.
Yes.
Because he can just rise up over anyone. I just feel bad for anyone that has to guard him. He has a little ways to go before he's, on MJ's numbers.
Right.
But whoever the best player in the league at any time is going to be compared to Michael Jordan.
Right.
I don't think it's an egregious comparison because that's what we do with everyone who's at the top of the league at the moment that he is. And he's playing amazing. So we thought the Lakers were really going to swing for the fences in the wake of Magic's departure, but apparently they are not. Sam Amick and Bill Oram of The Athletic reported over the weekend the Lakers never reached out to LeBron's former GM in Cleveland, David Griffin, before he agreed to join New Orleans. Sources also say they haven't reached out to the Warriors regarding general manager Bob Myers. Same for Jerry West until further notice. In other words, this is all on Pelinka and Friends.
Isn't that Fox News' morning program, Pelinka and Friends?
Pelinka and Friends?
Is that it?
Is that what it is? Pelinka has led the way in interviewing candidates Ty Lue, Monty Williams, Juwan Howard, and Jason Kidd, along with, as they mentioned in the report, and Friends, Jeannie, Tim Harris, Joey Buss, Jesse Buss, Kurt Rambis, apparently...
a lot of Friends. A heavy dose of Friends.
As well. Well, it just seems like this is Pelinka's show now.
Yep.
So it's going to be all on him, what ends up happening, and that can be a good thing or a bad thing. You gotta bet on yourself sometimes. So finally, John Elway just can't help himself. The Broncos waited until the 42nd overall pick to take a quarterback, in part because of the trust Elway has in Joe Flacco. Elway told Peter King, "Our comfort with Joe enabled us to pass on a quarterback. What made that decision is Joe is fitting really well with what we want to do offensively, and he looked great in our mini camp last week. He really put on a throwing exhibition last week in camp. I truly think we've got a guy coming into his prime."
That seems like a little much, but I do think Flacco does fit. If you look at John Elway's history on quarterbacks,
Would you like to look at John Elway's history on quarterbacks?
Well, I mean, Peyton was good. Peyton was the best, obviously, but he likes big, strong guys. He does. He likes the big guy that can throw the ball down the field in that Denver cold weather in the winter. That's what he likes.
I don't have a problem with Joe Flacco in this spot, and I don't have a problem with them waiting that long to take a quarterback because I don't think that this was a quarterback draft. And as we can see from the full screen that we have up right now, there's been a lot of them. But Joe Flacco is not going into his prime.
No, he's not.
I don't think that I think he'll have a good year.
Yeah, so
I don't think he's going to be a disaster for them.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
going into his prime is just a little too far.
We all know. So you and I know that John Elway went to Stanford, and we know he's smart, right? We know he's smart.
Yeah.
Okay, it's hard. He's Exhibit A of. It's hard to find a quarterback. By the way,
I don't think it's easy to find a quarterback. I think sometimes, we use this example with MJ as well. When you are in an elite level of something, it's kind of sometimes hard to evaluate talent of your same vein. Because you either A, only look for things that you see in yourself, or you're distorted by putting you're almost like projecting onto talent that is not on the level that you want, or you get attracted to personalities. It is hard to evaluate talent.
Yes.
And when you're the one making the decision, you're the one that has to deal with the consequences of it.
And he's so high profile in Denver. It's like, I can't draft quarterbacks. He coaxed Peyton Manning to come for a few years. That worked out. Give him a pass for a few years. He's going to
He's had a pass for a few years. Peyton Manning's been out for a while. I don't have a problem with Joe Flacco, and I don't have a problem with where they took the quarterback because, like I said, this wasn't a quarterback draft. But in the next few years, they need to find their guy for the future.
Enjoy with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The